Welcome to our hearing for March 10, 2026. If you wish to speak today, please stand and raise your right hand. You got to stand. Do you all swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Please silence all electronic devices.
Good morning, everyone. Our first case, page 29. Inspector Jessica Martinez, case number CE 24120511, case address 700 Northwest 4th Avenue, owner Irma J. Ferguson. This case was first heard 4/8/25 to comply by 5/13/25. There are 3 suspensions noted on the agenda. 3 sections not complied at $50 per day. Fines start 3/11/26. This is in order to reappear.
Good morning.
Morning.
Inspector Martinez with the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case CE 24120511, 700 Northwest 4th Avenue. This case was last heard at the January 13th, 2026 magistrate hearing, where the magistrate granted a 56-day extension with an order to reappear. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on March 8th, 2026, and the property remains in violation as depicted in the photos. At this time, the property owner is here with an update.
Morning, folks. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Good morning. I'm Kiera Garland.
Good morning, Leodonis Ferguson.
So where are we?
All right. Again, I'm Kiera Garland. I'm acting as the development advisor to Irma J. Ferguson Estate. Today I'm providing an update regarding our case located at 700 Northwest 4th Avenue. Thank you. Should I start it all over? Yes. Got you. I'll be providing an update regarding the case located at 700 Northwest 4th Avenue, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We've made significant progress and wanted to share the details with you. I am pleased to inform you that all the fence repairs you requested have been completed. Furthermore, we are actively addressing the missing ground cover issues by planting a garden of the shade plants and applying mulch around them. Initially, we faced some challenges in growing ground cover due to the limited sunlight penetration through the tree canopy, but we found a solution by selecting appropriate shaded tree-tolerant plants. Additionally, we have commenced pressure cleaning on the house and are addressing the areas with the chipped or missing paint. In the most recent case, you asked us to remove the tarps from the house, and I'm happy to report that they have been successfully removed. Despite the achievements, we still require more time to continue our efforts toward full compliance. Given the circumstances, including the death of the homeowner and navigating probate within an estate lacking liquid assets, we believe we have made commendable progress. I am grateful to inform you that the city has acknowledged our efforts and has expressed a willingness to grant an extension considering our progress and that the unique challenges we face. Moreover, we have already complied with the second case recently presented before the magistrate. In light of these developments, we respectfully request that you grant maximum possible extension and stay of fines. This would help us as we continue to await the closure of our probate case and work diligently towards achieving compliance.
How much time do you need?
What is the maximum time that we can have?
How much time do you need?
Sorry, the city is not opposed to giving the 156-day extension.
156 days? Okay, well, that's a lot of days. All right. If the parties are in agreement, then I'll certainly do that. I'll extend it to August 13th, 2026. Good luck to you. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 27, Inspector Rafael Santos, case number CE 2509-0145, case address 706 Southeast 12th Street, owner Millennium A1A Builders, LLC. This case was first heard 10/14/25 to comply by 9/6/25 and 11/19/25. One section complied at $100 per day, $7,500 accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
Morning, folks. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Sorry?
Could you state your name for the record,
My
please?
name is Kirill.
Okay. And your relationship to the ownership?
I'm representative of the owner. He's owner of the.
Okay. Can you state your name?
I'm owner Andronic Burgarian, owner Millennium
Okay.
A1A Builders LLC.
Let me hear from the city, please.
Good morning, Inspector Rafael Santos for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 250900145. The address is 706 Southeast 12th Street. Case was first heard October 14, 2025, where the magistrate found for the city. An inspection was conducted on November 20th, 2025, and found that the violations are complied. The city is requesting the full imposition of fines. At this time, everything is complied.
Yes, sir.
We try to do, we are a developer company, and we are planning, this project is under development review right now, and we are planning to do townhouses on this property, and we try to comply as soon as possible, but initially we thought that development review is not going to take so much time, and we could get a building permit and start building over there, but it just took more time than we expected, so that's why it.
Let me ask the city. This was heard in October,
October 14th.
and I guess they were given to November to comply. Did they come back at all?
No,
No.
No?
it's the first time they're coming back since.
Okay.
They did, I can say on their behalf, as soon as they got the notice or the posting there, that they did take care of everything rather quickly. There were sand piles there that they had, some construction,
What's their administrative cost?
626.
All right, we reduced it to administrative costs. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 23. Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, Gail Williams, presenting case number CE 25050363, case address 6531 Northeast 21st Drive, owner Angelo Petrucia. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 10/14/25. 3 sections complied at $100 per day, $6,300 accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
Morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record?
Angelo Petreccia.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. Senior Officer Gail Williams presenting for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case CE 25050363, address 6531 Northeast 21st Drive. This case was first heard at Special Magistrate duty, ordered 35 days to comply or $100 per day per violation thereafter. At this present time, all violations have complied. The city is requesting the full amount to be imposed.
What is the full amount? $6,000?
$6,300.
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't live at the property, and once I found out that this was in my mailbox of the property that I don't live in, I called the inspector right away, and within 24 hours, I complied. So I wasn't aware of it. That was the only reason.
What address do you have on the property appraiser's website?
The address of the house,
The
21st.
house, not the house you live at, but the house where
Correct.
which is where the notice went.
Right. It went to, I had the wrong address on that property for a mailing address. So I wasn't aware of it, nothing more than that. But again, the moment I found out, I called the inspector. I don't know if he's here, and I complied within 24 hours.
What's the administrative cost?
$488.
I'll reduce it to administrative costs.
All right.
$488.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 28, Inspector Rafael Santos, case number CE 25070847, case address 1095 Southeast 17th Street, owner Lauderdale Harbors Parking, Inc., in care of Good Service Realty. This case was first heard 11/19/25 to comply by 1/29/26. 1 section not complied at $100 per day, $4,000 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
James Flanagan.
Okay.
Inspector Rafael Santos for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 25070847. The address is 1095 Southeast 17th Street. Case was first heard on November 19th, 2025, where the magistrate found for the city. An inspection was conducted on March 4th, 2026, and found that the violation remains. The city is requesting the full imposition of fine. I can say that the gentleman and the co-owners, I guess, of
I'm sorry.
they are in the progress of getting their permits and getting everything done. It's a busy shopping plaza, and well, he can fill in the rest.
There's also separate ownership. It's a shared parking lot, so it takes a while to get all of the owners to agree to a certain remediation. Now we have, since this has started, we have retained the civil engineer. We've gotten quotes to redo the parking lot, and I've spoken with Mr. Santos about the things that will be required of us to remediate the parking lot. We would just respectfully request.
How much time do you need?
118 days is what we were talking about.
119 days would be fine. I don't think the city would be opposed.
All right, I'll
With-
extend the time for compliance to 119 days, which would be July 7th, 2026. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
With an order to reappear, sir.
With an order to reappear. Okay.
Thank
Good
you
luck
very
to
much.
Our next case, page 10, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 26010921, case address 3736 Jackson Boulevard, owner Gandia, Maria Jose Gandia, posted at property 21726, posted at 1 East Broward 21926.
Morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Good morning. Yes, Michael Gandia.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning, Inspector Rachel Moore, presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 1/29/26, and the following violations were observed. 18-1 is complied as of 3/9. 18-12A is complied as of 3/9. 18-4 parentheses C complied as of 3/9. 25-14 is withdrawn. 47-39.8.1.B parentheses 6 parentheses B is complied. 9-279 parentheses G, the plumbing is in disrepair, causing water to back up in the rear unit's bathroom shower. 9-280 parentheses B, there are window building parts which are deteriorated and not maintained. The windows at the rear unit are in disrepair and not sealed properly. This is a recurring violation per case CE 24060-132. Violation 9-280 parentheses H parentheses 1 is complied. 9-304 parentheses B, the landscaping at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept condition. There are areas of dead or missing ground cover. The lawn in the rear and side yards is missing, and in some areas where grass should be present. It has been replaced with gravel and, as of pre-hearing inspection, mulch. There has been contact with the property owner regarding the cited violations. As of pre-hearing inspection dated 3/9/26, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting the following. For the violation of 9-279 parentheses G, 9-280 parentheses B, and 9-305 parentheses B, 63 days or $100 per day thereafter.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so the recurring violation in that front picture right there was a window. I had a tenant that wasn't paying rent, and they took a crowbar and bent it, and they called her. She went over and saw a bunch of stuff, doors and all that busted up, saying that I don't take care of it. They were evicted successfully, and then she cleared the violations. And then a tenant in the back who was leaving, he didn't pay his last month's rent, and then he wanted me to give him his security back. So then he called Rachel again. She went up. This is a new tenant in the back structure there. And and then there was found to be a part of the back window that was in disrepair. Was true. But the other stuff about the windows and the plumbing, I went to go check it, and I took videos. There was nothing wrong with it. So I had Inspector Preston Mark show up, and I bought this property 2 years ago, and he ended up telling me that that structure in that picture is not permitted, right? So the violations that are recurring, or the ones she mentioned, they're associated with that structure. I'm now bulldozing it, getting permits to demo it. That little patch right there that you see is mulched up.
You're talking about 63 days to come into compliance?
Well, I have to bulldoze this, and I have plans right now that are in process of getting signed and sealed, and then getting
How much time are you looking for?
Do I have to come back here if I don't I could say 90 days, but if it takes longer, then it is what it is because there's more
I can
to
do an
it.
order to reappear, which would give you a chance to come back. Are you
Okay.
opposed to any of that?
No, we're not
Okay.
opposed.
Are you opposed? All right. I'm going to find that the violation exists. I'm going to give you 90 days to come into compliance, which would be 91 days, which would be June 9th. And there'll be an order to reappear. If you
Okay.
come into compliance, obviously, and the city agrees, you don't have to come back, but otherwise, we'll see you in June. Hopefully, it'll be taken care of before then. Yes?
May I ask a question? Rachel, I missed 9306 and 9313.
9306 is complied.
And 9313A?
9313.
9318, 9313.
Yes.
8 is also complied.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Our next case, page 3, Inspector Karen Proto, Pat Gavin presenting case number CE 25100381, case address 1630 Northwest 25th Avenue, owner Dama Alvarez Guzmeles, posted at property 21726, posted at 1 East Broward 21926.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney KCMI on behalf of the respondent.
Okay.
Sorry. Good morning, Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale, Senior Code Compliance Officer, presenting for Officer Proto, case and address as read. This property was first inspected on October 13th, 2025, and given time to correct for the following violations. 1812A is complied. 9-304B, the paved driveway is in disrepair. The driveway has cracks and potholes and needs to be repaired and or resurfaced. There are vehicles parked on the lawn area. This is a recurring violation. Please refer to case CE 23110187 and will be presented to the magistrate whether it comes into compliance or not. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. This is a recurring violation. Please refer to case number CE 23110187 and will be presented to the magistrate whether it comes into compliance or not. The city is requesting compliance within 35 days or a fine of $50 per day per violation thereafter.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor. So as far as the first violation, 9305B, with regards to the landscape, I have discussed it with my client, and they are trying to work a solution. Right now, unfortunately, my client is going through financial hardship, and since she is a Spanish speaker, she was struggling to understand the contents of the violation. I was actually hired very recently in order to assist, with this matter, and they are working on obtaining quotes, so I am in direct communication with her as to that. The only thing that really worries me is the financial hardship they're undergoing, so at this time, we would be requesting, as for violation 9305B and 9304B, for 6 months of an extension so that we could come back and hopefully everything can be resolved.
So she's under financial hardship, but she's hired you to attend?
Well, yes, I'm covering for today because she was worried she was not going to be able to make it since she is working. She wanted to make sure somebody could show up for her and, provide her side of the story, so to speak. As for the driveway, I have discussed it with her as well, and she's told me that the vehicles have been removed. They are also getting quotes. I actually have them here. I made sure that she provided them to me, should Your Honor wish to see them. They have also expressed concern as to the fact that the grass itself might be sunburned, and it is not just their property, but it seems that it's affecting multiple properties in the exact same neighborhood. So,
I'm sorry.
Of course, go ahead.
Are you opposed to 63 days?
No, that's fine.
All right, 63 days.
63 days, okay.
Or a fine of $50 per day per violation.
Per day, okay. Thank you so much, Your Honor. And just lastly, the last violation, I believe, was discussed, but 1812...
No, that's for both.
Yes, for both. But the last one for overgrowth, trash, and rubbish,
That's
that was
complied.
taken care of.
That's complied.
Okay, excellent. Just wanted to make sure that was
Sure.
on the record.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 12, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 25100729, case address 2412 Tortugas Lane, owner Frederick and Willette B. Lehman, posted at property 21726, posted at 1 East Broward 21926.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
I can't quite hear you.
Over here. Can you state your name?
My name is Frederick Lehman.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 251000729 for the property located at 2412 Tortugas Lane. This case was first cited on October 28, 2025 for the following violations. 18-12A is complied. There is overgrowth in the rear of this property. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 21090075. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 18-4C is complied. There's a derelict vessel docked at the rear of the property. The vessel was confirmed derelict due to not finding a current registration using the registration numbers on the vessel. The vessel is a boat with registration number MN3862GQ. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 2401142. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 9-304B is complied. The driveway is discolored or stained and covered with leaves. The paver driveway has grass or reeds growing between the pavers. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 21090075. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 9-305A is complied. There is growth of landscape material encroaching upon the public right-of-way in the waterway in the rear of the property. There are vines growing over and hanging over the water in the rear of the property. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 21090075. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date.
I think. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
All violations were complied as of November 16, 2025. The city is seeking a finding of fact for violation 1812A, 184C, 9304B, and 9305A.
What the city is telling me is that all the violations are taken care of. What they want is, it's a legal technicality. They want me to make a determination that the violations did take place at one time. So that if they were to happen again, they can cite you as soon as they see them, and there could be greater fine amounts. But what they're telling me is you're in compliance. Okay? So I'm going to make those findings that those violations did exist. I'm also going to note for the record that you're in compliance. So thank you.
Okay. The statement of the boat being derelict is completely incorrect. My boat is a beautiful sailboat. We had it entered in the Winterfest boat parade where we won first place.
Just a minute. What was it? Was it failure to be ready? What was the thing that made it derelict?
So I checked the registration numbers, the MN number, with the police department through teletype, and they said they were not able to find any record of the registration. When I did a reinspection, they did show me a registration, and I took a picture of the registration showing the current date and updated it in the case.
We're good. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So we're done?
Yep.
Our next case, page 27, Inspector Rafael Santos, case number CE 25070337, case address 1303 Miami Road, owner Labella Vacations, LLC. This case was first heard 9/25/25 to comply by 10/10/25 and 12/11/25. There are 3 sections not complied at $100 per day. $26,700 accrued. There's 1 section complied at $100 per day. $13,800 accrued for a total of $40,500. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Annabella Sulino.
Inspector Rafael Santos for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 25070-337. The address is 1303 Miami Road. Case was first heard September 25th, 2025, where the magistrate found for the city. An inspection was conducted on March 5th, 2026, and found that the violations are complied. The city is requesting the full imposition of fine. All the code sections are complied. As soon as I posted that property, it was on a Wednesday. Miss Annabelle called me on Thursday, and we met at the property. I pointed everything out that she needed to do, and she had it done by Thursday. So she did everything in 7 days. But I know she would like to speak, and
I'm going to let her do that. But there's these fine amounts. Am I looking at the right case here? There's $40,000 in fines. What am I missing here? If you told me she complied in 7 days,
no, well, the fines were already accruing. This is a Massey, so the fines were already accruing as soon as I posted.
Are you saying that she didn't know about the violations, and when she did, she took care of them right away?
Yes, sir. That's
okay.
Yes, sir. I will respectfully explain that I moved on September 1st. I have, of course, also the lease. I moved from September 1st, 2025 from 3250 Northeast 188th Street, Miami, Florida 33180 to a new address, which is 17550 Collins Avenue, Sunny Isle Beach. And because of the change of address, I unfortunately didn't receive any city's previous notices regarding the violations.
Hold on, just a minute. I'm sorry. Just what are you saying? What's the fine amount? 38,000. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, ma'am.
And basically, as soon as I became aware to the situation, I immediately corrected with Inspector Rafael Santos and took action to correct every item listed in the inspection report. All the required work completed into the property, and it was brought into full compliance within 1 week of learning about the violations. And ma'am, just so you know, if you move, you're going to have to change the address on
I already
the
changed
ECPA.
it. In
What's
the-
your current address?
17550.
It's not on there. Today, the address for the property is still 3250 Northeast 188th Street.
I put it in the landlord registration, the new address.
Right, so that's one of it with the city. But in terms of legal notice, the city has to go by the Broward County Property Appraiser records, and so we will continue to send notices to, I guess, your old address. So you have to go to the Broward County Property Appraiser, and I don't know if you have to go there, but you have to communicate with them to get your address changed through them.
I'll do this this week. No problem. Thank you. I didn't know. Thank you for letting me know.
Well, I'm inclined to either have her go to the amnesty program, or I could reduce it myself. But it's a lot of money. I tend to get.
Sure.
The amnesty program's limited to 10%, though, right? 15% is as low as they can go. Yes. All right. I don't know. These are difficult cases because really, this whole case would have been taken care of if you had the right address, and that really is your responsibility. But then again, when you found out, you acted as quickly as you could. All right. I'm going to reduce the fine to $1,000 plus administrative costs. Okay?
764.
You got to take care of the address.
I'll do that.
That's why you're here.
Okay, I'll take care of that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Our next case, page 22. Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 250-70499, case address 2216 Northwest 6th Street, owner Astor of India Corp. This case was first heard 9/25/25 to comply by 11/6/25. One section not complied at $100 per day, $12,400 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Good morning. Good morning. Alejandro Masalay.
Okay. Are you the owner?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, let me hear from the city if I could. I'll hear from them first.
Good morning, Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale, Senior Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. This case was first heard on September 25th, 2025. The magistrate ruled in favor of the city, and the property owner was ordered to correct violations at this property by November 6th, 2025. The violation 9-305B at this property has still not been brought into compliance. This case has been non-compliant for 124 days with a fine of $100 per day for a total of $12,400 currently due. The city is requesting the full imposition of fines in the amount of $12,400 with fines continuing to accrue.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Our property, we always have problem because there was always trash, always people that live there, so we always resolve the problems. Now we have, last year we have many problems, so we take care all of them. But we don't have one of those yet resolved, that is the grass. We trim the bushes, we clean the lots, we spend a lot of money trying to put new seed for the grass. We made the fence for the homeless and the trash, but the sod is not coming yet. We put
Why
sod,
isn't the sod coming?
because we put 2 times, one in October, one in December. The landscaper, the nursery say that for the time of the year, no water, no light, and the...
You have an irrigation system there?
No, we don't have it. And that is the easiest way to resolve the problem. Put sod and water, but...
That would be the easiest way to solve it, frankly.
Sorry?
That would be the easiest way to solve it.
Yes, but the problem is the water, because...
You put an irrigation system in.
Yeah, but, okay, we think that it's not a good solution, because you use water. The water is not...
Okay, grass doesn't grow without water.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, I kind of get it. I get it.
We think that they're going to grow the grass with the with the rainy season and the sun season. So
Well,
if
that
not,
doesn't-
we're going to put sod. But
Okay,
we
all
try
right.
to avoid that.
I'm going to find that there's notice. I'm going to impose the fine. Thank you, folks. Thank you, everybody.
Sorry, what's the
I imposed the fine.
12,000?
Yeah.
We use a lot of money yet to resolve the problem.
I know.
And
I
this
just-
is one of the problems.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm not-
so-
we're-
okay.
When you come into compliance, you can apply for amnesty and go through that route and make the
Okay.
argument.
How can I
I mean,
do
I think
that?
you need to, you're going to need to put, it's not like you were given 124 days to deal with it. You made a choice.
Yeah.
Listen to me. You
Yes,
made a
yes.
choice. You didn't
Yes,
want
yes.
an irrigation system in. Okay, I get it. But anyway, all right. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Our next case, page 28, Inspector Jessica Martinez, case number CE 25010882, case address 4 Northeast 16th Place, owner Leslie Lesperance. This case was first heard 8/12/25 to comply by 9/9/25 and 10/14/25. One suspension from 11/19/25 to 1/29/26. 3 sections not complied at $50 per day, $14,900 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, ma'am. State
Good
your name
morning.
for the record, please.
Leslie Lesperance.
Okay.
Good morning, Inspector Martinez with the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case CE 25010882 for Northeast 16th Place. This case was last heard at the November 19th, 2025 hearing, where the magistrate granted a 71-day extension. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on March 4th, 2026, and the property remained in violation. At this time, the city is requesting the full imposition of fines, which continue to accrue until compliance is met.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I plan to get everything done, but my mother has been ill for the last year. She's had cancer, and so she had emergency surgery when this all first started, and she's been going through chemo for 8 months, and then after that...
Is your mother the owner?
No, I am the owner, but I'm live with my mother and I'm taking care of her.
Right.
And so when this deadline came up, there was another surgery that was scheduled right before the deadline to get everything done, and I spoke with Ms. Martinez and tried to get an extension because she needed aftercare after the surgery. It was a major surgery, and so I was helping to care for her.
How much time do you need?
30 days, if that's possible, because I can get it done. I've already started taking steps to getting things resolved.
You're not opposed to that, right?
Yeah, we're not opposed to...
Can I do 63 days?
63 is fine with the stay of fines.
I mean, it's 35 days going to go by very quickly.
Yes, I do rent it out, yes.
All right, 35 days. All right, I'm going to extend the time 35 days to April 14th. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Thank you very much.
Our next case, page 17. Inspector Alex Eugene, case number CE 25120172, case address 1517 Northeast 17th Terrace, owner Happy Seahorse LLC. This case was first cited 12/5/25 to comply by 12/5/25. One section complied at $250 for a total of $250. Appeal deadline was 12/20/25. The city is requesting the full amount and no appeal was received.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Tristan Sanciolo on behalf of Happy Seahorse.
Okay.
Inspector Eugene presented case and address as read. This property was first inspected on December 15, 2025, following a neighbor complaint of loud noise, and the following violations were observed. 15-275, parentheses 5. Responsible party failed to respond to the property in person within 1 hour of being notified by a vacation rental occupant, law enforcement officer, emergency personnel, or the city. This violation is considered transient in nature, thus constitutes an immediate civil penalty.
There was no appeal filed.
Your Honor, this property was sold in November 25th of 2025, so we were not notified of any of this. We weren't a responsible party for this violation at all. So as soon as we found out about it was for this hearing here. So, ultimately, in terms of the ownership, I don't know why we would be held responsible. I have the documentation of the sale, and from what my understanding is that we would have to be notified and we'd have to be the responsible party at the date of the incident, which was in December, and the property was sold in November. So it is on the property appraiser's documentation that it was sold. I have the warranty deed that it was sold and the closing statement that it was sold. So the responsible party is the new owner of the property. So that's the party that should have been informed, and that's the party that should have had to be present.
So do you want to respond?
Sure. This is a little bit interesting property because it keeps flipping around a lot. Not going to comment on that other than to say that it's flipped around a lot. It was since 2023. It was sold from an individual to Happy Seahorse. It was sold in 2024 from between entities, and then last year, council is correct. It was sold from one Happy Seahorse, a Delaware corporation, to another Happy Seahorse, an Ohio corporation. The deed was filed, I believe, on December 2nd with the property appraiser's website. Neither Happy Seahorse entity, both LLCs, neither are registered to conduct business in the state of Florida, so neither actually have any legal authority, didn't have nor have the ability to be conducting business at this property. What was the date of the violation?
December 15, 2025.
So my understanding is that the city provided notice to both parties in an abundance of caution because of the flipping around of the property over the years.
Just to go back, the Jennifer person who was the owner of the Happy Seahorse LLC, the Delaware corporation, we had a valid vacation rental license. Everything had been submitted. She was the responsible party up until the November date. The only thing that changed was when her and her husband had gotten a divorce, and the property, instead of being in the trust, was then in her name individually. I'm not quite sure what, in terms of flipping, because the only thing that's notated there is that on the property appraisers is when that happened. But the property had a valid vacation rental license, and all documentation had been submitted, many, many years. It's been many, many years that the property's had that vacation rental license. So this new owner is a brand new owner. It's not Jennifer Person any longer.
It was sold from who to who?
It was sold from Jennifer Person of Happy Seahorse to a gentleman in Johns Island, South Carolina.
What's his relationship to Happy Seahorse?
He actually opened up a new corporation. It's a brand new
what?
corporation,
What was it?
Happy Seahorse.
Seahorse.
Yeah, and I think the reasoning.
And that's interesting that they both had such a similar name.
Yeah, well, I think the reasoning of him doing that
Yeah.
was because all of the, the city water, the electric, everything was in that LLC name to begin with. So he wanted to keep everything congruent because he's out of state.
Okay.
But ultimately, at the end of the day, she's not responsible for this property anymore, and she has, sold the property to get away from all of, any sort of vacation rental in general.
What's the fine amount? $250?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to find that there's no appeal received. I'm going to impose the fine. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Our next case, page 31. Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 2506-0534, case address 3310 Glendale Boulevard, owner James E. Williams. This case was first heard 10/14/25 to comply by 2/10/26. Two sections not complied at $50 per day, $2,800 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue. This
morning.
is a request for extension.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Could you state your name for the record, please?
James Williams.
Okay, thank you.
Inspector Rachel Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read. This case was first brought before the Special Magistrate on 10/14/25. At that hearing, Special Magistrate Duty ordered 119 days to comply with the violation of 9-280(H(1) and 9-306, or he fined of $50 per day per violation thereafter. The property owner is actively collaborating with the Housing Community Development and has been approved for assistance. However, the repairs are pending procurement. As of pre-hearing date, inspection dated 3/9, the property does remain out of compliance, and the property owner is present to request an extension, to which the city has no objection.
How much time do you need, sir?
It depends on when they get the contract and whatever. I guess they put it up for bids. It's procurement, I guess what I was told. It's in procurement. I have the paperwork here if you like this.
No, I believe you.
Magistrate?
Yes.
Just because of the process that he's going through, the city would like to request 156 days and a reappearance. You don't, if you comply, you don't need to reappear, but just in case, so fines don't run.
Right. I'm going to extend the time for 156 days, which would be August 13th of this year. And as staff said, if you come into compliance, you won't have to come back. But if you're not, there's going to be an order to reappear, which will require you to come back unless you and the city are in agreement that you're in compliance, okay? I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Anybody else here? Is he here? He's what? Are you here for a case?
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, if everyone is ready, we're going to start page 3. Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 2508-0029, case address 540 Northwest 20th Avenue, owner Royal Assembly Church of the Living God, posted at property 22426, posted at Winnie's Broward 21926.
Good morning, Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale Senior Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. This property was first inspected on August 2nd, 2025, and given time to correct for the following violations. 9-305B, the landscape of this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover, including but not limited to the swale area. 9-306 is complied. The city is requesting compliance within 91 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until June 9th to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Next case, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 25120300, case address 205 Northwest 11th Avenue, owner KMR Property Investments LLC, posted at property 21826, posted at 1 East Broward 21926.
Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale Senior Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. This property was first inspected on December 26th, 2025, and given time to correct for the following violation. 15-28, the business that this apartment building at this location is operating without a current year business tax receipt. The city is requesting compliance within 35 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
I find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until April 14th to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
Next case, page 4, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 26010031, case address 1209 Northwest 2nd Street, owner 1209 Northwest 2nd Street Trust, posted at property 22426, posted at 1 East Broward 21926.
Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale Senior Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited under case CE 25120653 on December 23rd and given time to comply for the following violation. 9-304B, there is a black Honda Accord parked on the grass lawn area at the side of this apartment building. On December 24th, 25, the violation was complied and the case was closed. On January 5th, 2026, the property was again cited for the same violation and complied on March 5th, 2026. The violation at this property is now in compliance. However, the city is requesting a finding of fact that this is a recurring violation, and any subsequent violation of this code will be cited as a repeat violation.
I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation did take place. I'll note for the record it's in compliance, but I'll make a finding of fact that 9-304B was violated at the property.
Thank you.
Next case, Inspector Rafael Santos, case number CE 25120255, case address 900 Southeast 17th Street, owner Boca 2300 LLC, posted at property 21826, posted at 1 East Broward 21926.
Inspector Rafael Santos for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case and address is read into the record. I inspected this property on December 9th, 2025, and cited for the following violations. 18-12, there's trash, rubbish, and debris at this property and or its swell. This is a recurring violation. CKCE 231206764, and will be brought to the magistrate for a finding of fact. Code Section 9-305B, the landscape of this property is not being maintained in a well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. This is also a recurring violation. See case 231206764, and will be brought to the magistrate for a finding of fact. Inspection report was posted on the property December 9th, 2025, and a copy was mailed to the owner. Re-inspected January 20th, 2026, and February 4th, 2026. Posted for this hearing February 18th, 2026. Pre-hearing inspection was conducted on March 5th, 2026, and found that the violations remain. The city is asking the following: for Code Section 1812A, 15 days to comply, or $100 thereafter. And Code Section 9-305B, 35 days, or $100 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violations exist. For violation 1812A, the respondent will be given 15 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day. For 9-305B, they'll be given 35 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day. Thank you.
Next case, page 5, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 25120331, case address 626 Northwest 10th Terrace, numbers 1 through 5, owner MKBH Property LLC, posted at property 2/18/26, posted at 1 East Broward 2/19/26.
Name, case, and address as read. This property was first inspected on 2/4/2026 and given time to correct for the following violations. Violation 9 Tech 280B complied. There are building components that are deteriorating and are not being properly maintained. Areas of the walls and fascia are stained with dark marks. This is a reoccurring violation from KCE 231-20539. Violation 9 Tech 280 H1.
Which case are you reading?
626. Disregard my last. Name, case, and address as read. This property was first inspected on 12/12/2025 and given time to correct for the following violations. Violation 1812A, there is trash, rubbish, and debris on the property and or within the swell, including but not limited to the tables, chairs, mattresses, and other miscellaneous items located throughout the property. Violation 9 Tag 305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover, including but not limited to the swell area. Violation 9 Tag 306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including fascia, soffits, are in disrepair. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing and peeling paint. Violation 9 Tag 314 complied. Violation 9 Tag 363 complied on 12/15/26. The property was posted on 2/19/2026. My pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 3/4/2026. The property remained in violation. For violations 1812A, the city is requesting compliance within 15 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. For violation 9 Tag 305B and 9 Tag 306, the city is requesting compliance within 63 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violations exist. The respondent will be given 15 days for violation 1812A or face a fine of $100 a day. For 9-305B and 9-306, 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day.
Next case, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 26020072, case address 716 Northwest 17th Avenue, owner Max House LLC, posted at property 10/15/2/15/26, posted at 1 East Broward 2/19/26.
Name, case, and address as read. This property was first inspected on 2/4/2026 and given time to correct for the following violations. Violation 9 Tag 280B complied. There are building components that are deteriorated and is not being properly maintained. Areas of the walls and fascia are stained with dark marks. This is a reoccurring violation from KCE 231-20539. Violation 9 Tag 280H1 complied. The chain link fence at this property is in disrepair, not being maintained as required. The top support bar is not secured at the north side of the fence. This is a repeat violation, CKCE 250-60580. Fines shall accrue from the date the violation was observed until compliance is met. Complied on 2/6/2026, being out of compliance for 2 days from 2/4/26 to 2/5/26. Violation 9, Tag 304B, the gravel driveway is not being maintained. There is missing gravel and weeds are growing through in the northeast and southeast area of the property. Additionally, there's a gold 4-door vehicle parked on the grass, a non-approved surface. This is a repeat violation, CKCE 250-90074. Fine shall accrue from the date the violation was first observed until compliance is met. It complied on 2/6/26, being out of compliance for 2 days from 2/4 to 2/5/26. Violation 9, Tag 305B complied. The landscape of this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead or missing ground cover, including the swell. This is a repeat violation, CKCE 250-90074. Fine shall accrue from the date the violation was observed until compliance is met. Complied on 2/6/26, being out of compliance for 2 days from 2/4/26 to 2/5/26. Notice of hearing was posted on 2/19/26. As of today's date, all violations have complied. The city is requesting a finding of fact for 9 Tag 280B And the city's requesting a full imposition of fines, $600.
The $600 is for 928H1, 9-304B, and 9305.
It's going to be $200.
Yeah,
for each one.
100,
Correct.
2 days each day.
Correct. Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to find that there's no sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violations exist. I'll make a finding of fact. Do you want a finding of fact on all the violations?
Just for the 9 TAC 280B.
Okay. All right. 9-280B, I'll make a finding of fact. 9-280H1, 9-304B, and 9305B, I'll find that they are currently in compliance, but were out of compliance for 2 days. I'll impose a $100 a day fine for each one for a total of $600. Would you come back for a Massey hearing on that? Is that what you would do? It's imposed? Okay, all right.
Next case, also page 6, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 2602-0074.
Sorry, I can't let it go. I'm just coming back to that. It's because they're reoccurring violations.
Correct.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, the repeat. Yeah, I got it. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Next case, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 2602-0074, case address 704 Northwest 17th Avenue, owner Max House LLC, posted at property 21926, posted at 1 East Broward 21926.
Name, case, and address as read. This property first inspected on 2/4/2026 and given time to correct for the following violations. Violation 9 TAC 280H1. Complied. The chain link fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The top support bar is not secure and there are missing sections of the fence. The rear right side of the house has a pole that is not connected properly. This is a repeat violation, CKCE 250-60580. Fine shall accrue from the date the violation was observed until compliance is met. Complied on 2/6/26, being out of compliance for 2 days, from 2/4/26 to 2/5/26. $200. Violation 9 TAC 304B, complied. There is a white 4-door Toyota vehicle parked at the grass lawn area, a non-permitted surface. This is a repeat violation, CKCE 250-90074. Fine shall accrue from the date the violation was observed until compliance is met. Complied on 2/6/26, being out of compliance for 2 days from 2/4 to 2/5/26, equaling $200. Violation 9 TAC 305B, complied. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead or missing ground cover to include the swell. This is a repeat violation, CKCE 250-90074. Fine shall accrue from the date the violation was first observed until compliance is met. Complied on 2/6/26, being out of compliance for 2 days from 2/4 to 2/5, equaling $200. The violation 9306, complied. A notice of hearing was posted on 2/19/26. As of today's date, all violations have complied. The city is requesting a full imposition of fines totaling $600.
Is this a duplex or just property side by side?
This is just going to be a house that's being rented.
Can I see that picture? But they own the other case was the adjacent property, right?
The other case is going to be another house right next to it.
Yes. They're right next door to each other. Same owner, right next to each other.
Correct.
I got it. Okay.
He came out there and...
Yeah, I got it. All right, I'm going to find that there's no sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. I'm going to find that the property is currently in a violation, currently in compliance. But these are repeat violations and they were not complied within the time set by the inspector. They were out of violation for 2 days beyond the compliance date with a fine of $100 a day. So I'll find, what was the full fine amount, $600?
$600.
All right, I'll impose a $600 fine.
Thank you, Ron.
Next case, page 7, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 25060581, case address 2930 Southwest 11th Street, owner Cheryl Brand Estates, posted at property 21726, posted at 1 East Broward 21926.
Inspector Rachel Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 6/21/26 and the following violations were observed. 18-1, there's roof storage of items including but not limited to buckets and metal objects and ceramic tiles in the carport, sofa, buckets, totes, and other miscellaneous items in the rear of the property that is creating a public nuisance. It is being maintained in such a manner that the property is or may adversely affect and impair the economic welfare of the adjacent properties. 18-12, parentheses A is complied. 9-280, parentheses B, there are building parts which are deteriorated and not maintained. There is a broken window on the west side of the property facing the street. 9-304, parentheses B, the driveway has holes and cracks throughout. 9-306, there are areas of the exterior that have paint stains and missing and peeling paint, and areas of the fascia have missing paint, and areas of the metal above the fascia have black stains. The 9-308, parentheses B, the roof has black stains. 9-313, parentheses A, the property is missing address numbers. There has been no contact made with the property owner regarding the site violations. As a pre-hearing inspection dated 3/9, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting the following. For the violation of 18-1, 9-280, parentheses B, and 9-313, 15 days or $50 per day thereafter, per violation thereafter. And for the violation of 9-304, parentheses B, 9-306, and 9-308, parentheses B, 63 days or $50 per day per violation thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony, the city is uncontested that the violations exist. For violation 18-1 and 9-313 and 9-280B, are you looking for 15 days on that one?
280, yes, sir. 15
All right,
days.
or a fine of $50 a day. For 9-304B, 9-306, and 9-308B, it'll be 63 days or a fine of $50 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 8, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 25110475, case address 121 Southwest 28th Terrace, owner Steve Theodore and Carlene Charles, posted at property 21725, posted at 1 East Broward, posted at property 21726, posted at 1 East Broward 21926.
Inspector Rachel Moore, presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 11/17/25 and the following violations were observed. 18-1 is complied. 18-12, parentheses A is complied. 24-7, parentheses B is complied. 47-34.1.8.1 is complied. 9-280, parentheses H, parentheses 1 is complied. 9-304, parentheses B, the driveway at this property is faded with cracks throughout. And 9-363, failure to register the residential rental dwelling within the city. The free application has not been submitted or is incomplete. There has been no contact made with the property owner regarding the cited violations. As the pre-hearing inspection dated 3/9, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting for the violation of 9-304, parentheses B, 63 days or $100 per day thereafter. And for the violation of 9-363, 15 days or $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony, the city is uncontested that the violations exist. The respondent will be given 63 days to come into compliance for violation 9-304B or a fine of $100 a day. 15 days to come into compliance for 9-363 or $100 a day.
Thank you.
Next case, page 9, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 26010091, case address 2848 Southwest 7th Street, owner Murphael Wright, posted at property 21726, posted at 1 East Broward 21926.
Inspector Rachel Moore, presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 1/5/26 and the following violations were observed. 18-12 parentheses A, there's overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on the property and its swell. There are garbage bags on the front lawn of the property being covered by overgrowth of vegetation. 18-4 parentheses C, there's a derelict vehicle or on the property. A gray Mercedes two-door sedan is being parked in the driveway of the property with no or expired license plate. 9-280 parentheses H parentheses 1. The fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The chain fence has been pushed into the adjoining property due to the overgrowth of vegetation. The wooden fence has broken slats. 9-304 parentheses B. The driveway at this property is cracked and has huge potholes. 9-305 parentheses B. The landscape of this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. The plants, bushes, and trees surrounding the property are not being maintained and have overgrown, covering the entire front lawn and swell of the property. 9-306 was complied on 3/9/26. 9-313 parentheses A, the property is not identified by an approved address numbers. There has been no contact made with the property owner regarding the cited violations. As a pre-hearing inspection dated 3/9/26, the property does remain out of compliance, and the city is requesting the following. For the violations of 18-12 parentheses A, 18-4 parentheses C, and 9-313, 15 days or $50 per day thereafter. And for the violation of 9-280 parentheses H parentheses 1, 9-304 parentheses B, and 9-305 parentheses B, 63 days or $50 per day per violation thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violations exist. The respondent, I'm sorry, for 1812A and 9-313A, you're looking at how many days?
15 days. 15 days or $50 per violation.
Okay, and what are we doing with 9306? Is that?
9306 was complied.
Okay, complied, I got it.
Yes.
All right, 1812A, 15 days to come into compliance. 9-313, 15 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day. For the remaining violations, they'll be given 63 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask you, sir, are you waiting on a power of attorney? Is that what you're waiting? Okay. Do we know where we are on that? I mean, okay, great. Just wanted to know what's going on. Thank you.
Our next case, page 13, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 26010230, case address 2525 Flamingo Lane, owner Harriet G. Shorn Revocable Trust, posted at property 21726, posted at 1 East Broward 21926.
It's okay. I just want to know.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 26010230 for the property located at 2525 Flamingo Lane. This case was first cited on January 9, 2026 for the following violations. 18-1, complied. There's outdoor storage under the carport roof at this RS-6.85A zoned property that is creating a public nuisance. There is storage consisting of, but not limited to, buckets, boxes, sports equipment, and other miscellaneous items at this property that is creating a public nuisance. It is being maintained in such a manner that the property may adversely affect and impair the economic welfare of adjacent properties. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 250200457. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation comes into compliance prior to the hearing date. 47-39.A.1.B6B is complied. 9-304B is complied. All violations were complied as of February 23, 2026. The city is seeking a finding of fact for violation 18-1.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violations did exist. I'll note that the property is currently in compliance for violation 18-1. I'll make a finding of fact.
Next case, page 14, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 26010380, case address 1821 Southwest 23rd Terrace, owner Randall Andrew Adams, posted at property 21726, posted at Winnie's Broward 21926.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 26010380 for the property located at 1821 Southwest 23rd Terrace. This case was first cited on January 24, 2026 for the following violations. 18-1 is complied. There is outdoor storage under the carport at this RS-8 zone property that is creating a public nuisance. Outdoor storage items including but not limited to a lawnmower, boxes, tarp, vacuum, and other miscellaneous items. This is a repeat violation. Reference case number CE 250807739. Fines shall accrue from the date the violation was first observed, and the case will be brought before the special magistrate whether or not the violation has come into compliance. 18-4C is complied. 47-34.4.C.1 is complied. 9-280H1 is complied. 9-305B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas on the front lawn and the swale of dead and missing ground cover, including the swale. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on March 9, and the following violation remained. 9-305B. The city is seeking an immediate fine of $600 for violation 18-1 for the 12 days it was out of compliance, and a compliance deadline of 35 days for violation 9-305B, or a fine of $50 per day to run thereafter.
I'm sorry, you got to take me through that. 9-305B, you're looking for how many days to come into compliance?
35 days for 9-305B.
Okay, or $50 a day?
That's correct.
Which is the $600, which is the repeat violation that is currently in compliance, but you're looking for the $600 fine?
The repeat is 18-1 for the carport storage.
Okay, how many days out of compliance was it?
12 days.
All right, I'll find that there's notice sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. I'll find that violation 9-305B exists. The respondent will be given 35 days to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day. For violation 18-1, that's a repeat violation. It was out of compliance for 12 days, and the fine imposed for that will be $600.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next case, page 16, Inspector Wanda Aquavella, Pat Gavin, presenting case number CE 26010639, case address 1243 Northwest 3rd Avenue, owner Nicole Van Lockenberg and Marilyn Ann White, posted at property 21726, posted at Winnie's Broward 21926.
Pat Gavin, Senior Code Compliance Officer, presenting for Officer Aquavella, case and address as read. This property was initially inspected on January 22nd, 2026, and the following violation was observed. 15-2787, the advertisement for this vacation rental property does not meet the ordinance requirements relating to occupancy. Advertisement is for more than the permitted occupancy. The maximum occupancy is 2 guests per bedroom. 15-281A, there is operation of a vacation rental with an expired certificate of compliance at this location. Additional inspections were conducted, including a pre-hearing inspection on March 9th, 2026, and the violations remain. A vacation rental application has not been submitted. The city is requesting 15 days to comply or a fine of $1,000 per day thereafter to be imposed.
For each?
For each? $1,000 per violation? Yeah. Yes.
Have you heard from them? Have you anybody heard from them? All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, the violations exist. The respondent will be given 15 days for both violations or face fine of $1,000 a day per violation.
Wait, Magistrate?
Yes.
I'm sorry. This is for 1243 Northwest 3rd Avenue, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So for 15 and I apologize again, for 15-278 parentheses 7 parentheses, the city is requesting $250 per day for noncompliance, and for 15-281 parentheses A parentheses, the city is requesting $1,000.
Okay. All right, so modify the finding, and I'll find that both violations exist for 15-2787. It will be 15 days or a fine of $250 a day. For 15-281A, it'll be 15 days or $1,000 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, Inspector Wanda Aquabella, Pat Gavin, presenting case number CE 26020043, case address 440 Mola Avenue, owner 440 Mola LLC, posted at property 21826, posted at Wendy's Broward 21926.
Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale, Senior Code Compliance Officer, presenting for Officer Aquavella, case and address as read. This property was initially inspected on February 3rd, 2026, and the following violation was observed. 15-282D1A. There are 3 violations of the city's ordinances which constitute a request for a 180-day suspension of the vacation rental certificate. Case CE 2508047 for parking and the responsible party not showing up within an hour, and CE 26010323 for amplified sound. The city is requesting the full 180-day suspension of the vacation rental certificate.
All right. Have you heard from them?
They were here, but they didn't have power of attorney.
Is it this gentleman?
No. But this we've had many calls on this property.
Okay. All right. I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. I'll impose the suspension of 180 days.
Thank you.
Effective immediately.
Our next case.
Do you have a recommendation for something else?
No, immediately. I was just clarifying.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, Inspector Leonard Champagne, case number CE 25100756, case address 2700 Northeast 18th Street, owner 2700 Northeast 18th LLC, posted at property 21126, posted at Wendy's Broward 21926.
Leonard Champagne for the City of Fort Lauderdale for case CE 25100756, address 2700 Northeast 18th Street. This property was cited on 10/24/2025 for 15282D1B. There are 4 violations of the city's ordinance, which constitutes a request for 365-day suspension of the vacation rental certificate. The qualifying violation case is 6 CE 25080823 for public nuisance, parking, maximum occupancy, and non-amplified sound. The city is requesting the full 365-day suspension of the vacation rental certificate.
Have you heard from them?
Yes, they were actually in today, and the manager was here, but she couldn't represent her legally. She couldn't represent.
All right. I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. I'll note that there's 4 violations according to the public record, and I'll suspend the vacation rental certificate for a period of 365 days.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sir, you have power of attorney, I would assume now, since you're in the front row. You want to come up and we'll take your case?
Magistrate?
Yes.
For the last case, 2700 Northeast 18th Street, effective immediately? For the suspension?
Yes.
Correct. Okay, thank you.
Special Magistrate, to your left. For this case with this gentleman here, he did submit the power of attorney. However, in the email, the attorney that did the power of attorney or started the power of attorney for this gentleman says in the email that he needs 2 witnesses. Both of those witnesses didn't sign the power of attorney, so...
What case is it? Can I see what case?
Yes.
Page 19.
19. What page?
Page 19, the case at the bottom.
Our concern, Your Honor, was, as Antoine said, that unfortunately in the email, the attorney that prepared it said that the signature of the 2 witnesses would be required. And so this, Your Honor certainly may have the discretion to hear it or not, but the city cannot recommend going forward in light of the instructions of counsel for the property owner, who stated, and I reviewed the email, that said that 2 witnesses were required
Am
on
I
the
hearing this
POA.
right, that the attorney for the owner of the property objects to this person?
He doesn't object, but he said in order to continue to execute, to fully execute the power of attorney document, the signature of 2 witnesses are required. That's in the email. And
Their attorney?
Correct, from the property owner's attorney. And
All right, well,
those 2 signatures are not present on the document.
I'm probably missing something here. Is this your own attorney telling you that?
It's the attorney for the association, I assume. I didn't read it. I've just been forwarding emails back and forth.
What's your relationship to the association?
I do the IT work and security work for the building and maintenance for the building. We're just asking for an extension without fines.
Okay, no, I'm not going to.
Yeah, I
we're
get
not going
that.
to go down that road.
I
I mean,
get
we're
that.
not going to let you participate. I'm just trying to clarify what the status is.
So it did appear it was the HOA or condo attorney, Your Honor, from my
So
reading of the
attorney
email.
for the response says
Yes.
that he doesn't have the authority to represent him. So,
Yeah.
In essence.
yeah, I mean, basically, I know it's technical, but that's okay.
I can see if they can still forward some signatures.
You know what? Why don't you take a step back from them? Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's hear it, I guess.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, we're close, but we're not there yet. Yep.
Okay.
Our next case, page 18, Inspector Alex Eugene, case number CE 26010328, case address 2281 Southwest 26th Avenue, owner Amaya Dior Enterprises LLC. This case was first cited 11126 to comply by 11126. 2 sections complied at $250 for a total of $500. Appeal deadline was 12626 and no appeal was received. The city is requesting the full amount.
So ordered.
Does he have to present it?
No, he doesn't.
No?
What? No, he still should present.
Oh.
In my,
All right. Go ahead.
in my opinion.
All right,
he should
Inspector
still
Eugene presenting case and address as read. This property was first inspected on January 11, 2026. Following a neighbor complaint of loud noise and the following violations were observed. 15-275(5). Responsible party failed to respond to the property in person within 1 hour of being notified by a vacation rental occupant, law enforcement officer, emergency personnel, or the city. Violation 15-278(1)(e). There's a Chapter 15, Article 10 vacation rental standards parking violation occurring at this property. There are multiple vehicles parked along the swell in front of the property. These violations are considered transient in nature, thus constitutes an immediate civil penalty.
But officer, you didn't present any evidence on the first violation. Who did you contact and when? Do we have that?
It should be in the case.
Okay. Okay.
What am I looking at? This is who you were trying to contact and they didn't
The
respond?
responsible party.
Okay.
And this is the number, officer, that is provided on the vacation
Certificate.
rental certificate?
Yes. It should be in the case too.
All right, I'm just trying to, so what you're showing me is a picture of the phone number. I'm not doubting that it had happened, but you're testifying that you made that phone call, they didn't respond.
Yes.
Okay. The vehicles are kind of self-evident, I think, by the photograph, are they not? All right, I'll find that there is notice. There was no appeal received. Sworn testimony of the city's uncontested. I'll impose the fine.
Next case, Inspector Alex Eugene, case number CE 26010779, case address 2531 Key Largo Lane, owner Ali Dangebar. This case was first cited 12526 to comply by 12526. 1 section complied at $50 per day, $500 per day for a total of $500. Appeal deadline was 2926 and no appeal was received. The city is requesting the full amount.
Inspector Eugene presenting case and address as read. This property was first inspected on January 25th, 2026, following a neighbor complaint of loud noise, and the following violations were observed. 15-278, parentheses 1, parentheses E. There is a Chapter 15, Article 10, Vacation Rental Standards, parking violation occurring at this property. There are 3 vehicles parked in the grass and 2 vehicles parked in the right-of-way. This violation is considered transient in nature, thus constitutes an immediate civil penalty.
Okay, have you heard from them, by the way?
Yes, I contacted the responsible party. He responded and had the people leave, so the vehicles were moved.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. I'll note for the record no appeal was received. I'll impose the fine.
Our next case, page 19, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso, case number CE 26010187, case address 219 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, owner LAD Florida Beach Circle LLC. This citation has been paid and the case is closed. Next case, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso, case number CE 26010188, case address 213 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, owner TRD of Fort Lauderdale LLC. This case has been paid and the case is closed. Next case, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso, case number CE 25120756, case address 239 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, owner 237 South Fort Lauderdale Beach LLC. This case has been paid and the case is closed. Next case, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso, case number CE 25030516, case address 4040 Galt Ocean Drive, owner Ocean Manor Condo Association. This case was first heard 10/14/25 to comply by 11/19/25, one suspension from 11/19/25 to 1/29/26, one section not complied at $100 per day for a total of $4,000. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
Does he have power of attorney? No, we're going to hear it. Does he have power of attorney? So you should.
I'm still seeing if they can do it, so they're nothing yet.
Okay, we'll hear it, but.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, let me just, everybody hold up just for a second. Are you still trying to get power of attorney?
Yes, I am.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we table it, give him a chance to get it before we'll do it the last case if we have to. Okay?
Thank you.
Let me ask, is the city in this case? No, we'll wait till we hear it. Go ahead.
Our next case, page 21, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso, case number CE 25050461, case address 4521 Northeast 21st Avenue, owner Coral Ridge Landings Condo Association, Inc. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 10/14/25. 4 sections not complied at $100 per day, $58,800 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
All right, I find that there's notice, so ordered.
Thank you. Next case, page 22, Inspector Edward Easton, case number CE 25070298, case address 413 Southwest 3rd Avenue, owner Water Taxi 18 LLC. This case was first heard 9/25/25 to comply by 11/6/25. One section complied at $100 per day, $12,000 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I'll find that there's notice, and I'll impose the fine.
Next case, Inspector Gail Williams, case number CE 25040276, case address 1036 Northwest 5th Avenue, owner S. Louisma Holdings LLC. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 9/24/25 and 10/14/25. 3 sections not complied at $150 per day, $69,150 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Matthew v. Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I'll certify the fine.
Next case, page 23, Inspector Gail Williams, case number CE 25040758, case address 1110 Northeast 5th Avenue, owner Container Box LLC. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 9/19/25. One section not complied at $150 per day, $25,800 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll certify the fine.
Next case, page 24, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick. Case number CE 25040439, case address 5741 Northeast 18th Avenue, owner Victoria Greens LLC. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 9/19/25 and 11/19/25. Two sections not complied at $100 per day, $28,300 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
I'll find there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll certify it.
Next case, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25050513, case address 3320 Northeast 59th Street, owner 3330 Northeast 59th Street LLC. This case was first heard 9/9/25 to comply by 11/19/25. One section not complied at $100 per day, $11,100 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll certify it. Can I just, is this the case? This isn't the case that's over on Sunrise Boulevard near Galleria, where the mooring in the back is in disrepair. Anybody know? Okay, we'll move on.
Next case, page 25, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 25060326, case address 850 Arizona Avenue, owner SRP Sub LLC. This case was first heard 9/25/25 to comply by 10/30/25. Three sections complied at $100 per day, $10,000 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
Find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has not been complied with. I'll certify the fine.
Next case, page 26, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 25070021, case address 441 Carolina Avenue, owner Nicholas Dosey. This case was first heard 10/14/25 to comply by 10/24/25 and 11/19/25. One section not complied at $50 per day for a total of $5,550. One section complied at $50 per day for a total of $1,350. $6,900 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
I find there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll certify it.
Our next case, page 29, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 25070503, case address 1018 Northwest 6th Street, owner William J. and Electa C. Cone. This case was first heard 9/25/25 to comply by 11/6/25. One section not complied at $100 per day for a total of $12,400. One section complied at $100 per day for a total of $4,800. $17,200 accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I'll certify it.
Our next case, page 30, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25040673, case address 6100 Northwest 31st Way. This case was first heard 8/12/25 to comply by 8/22/25, 8/27/25, and 10/14/25. There is one suspension from 11/19/25 to 3/26/26. Four sections not complied at $50 per day, $12,250 accrued, and this is a request for extension. Is this the one we're asking for? 156 days.
Yes. Is the city opposed to the extension?
No, the city is actually going to request the extension on the behalf of the owner. She is working with our HCD department.
How much time do they need?
She's going to get 156
156
days.
days.
156?
It's going to start on March the 26th, though, because that's when her current extension expires.
Okay, all right, okay. But you want 156
Yes,
on that day?
yes.
All right.
And no, obviously, it's their fines.
Suspend fines.
You're right. All right, I'll accept the recommendation of the parties, which is to extend the time for compliance from its current date to August 13th, 2026, and I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
And that was our last case.
Well, except for the one that, let's bring that case back up.
Magistrate,
Yes.
was it on page 24, the case on the bottom? Is that the one I was checking? Now, did you ask about a seawall?
Yes.
And it was for 3320 Northeast 59th Street?
Yes.
Was he asking if that was the case that had the mooring structure?
Yes.
Yeah, and it was complied. The mooring structure was complied, but not the other violation with the ground cover.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I thought you asked.
No, well, I don't know why I'm obsessed with this, but it's on Middle River? Is it on Middle River over by Galleria? Or is this somewhere back in the residential area? It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I have this vision of this mooring that I've been dealing with that is, they were going to tear it down, I think. I just wondered whether it was that. Okay, I'm good. Thank you. Which page is that? 19?
19.
Okay. Whose case is this? Paulette, you want to? You want to read it into the record? Yeah, no, I think it's the last case.
We're going back to page 19, recalling case number CE 250300516, case address 4040 Go Ocean Drive, owner Ocean Manor Condo Association, Inspector Paulette Del Grasso.
Do you think the facts indicate that it should be given additional time or not?
Good morning. Inspector Del Grasso for the City of Fort Lauderdale. The case and addresser is read. This matter's been going on for over a year,
Since October of last year.
For quite a while, and there have been multiple readings. The last reading taken was January 20th when I met with Charlie Sapato on site. He's a board member at the Ocean Manor. And the Ocean Manor repositioned the exhaust pipes to point south, thereby to reduce the sound. And I requested the pool music at the Ocean Sky to be silenced during the test to ensure accuracy. Basically, there have been several readings, and they're all exceeding.
There was a group here, I think, last. Was it? There was the parties were here last time, I think.
Correct, including Mr. Sapato, and he hasn't reached out to me. When I posted the notice for hearing, I was surprised. I thought maybe he would reach out, indicate that he would be here, or there have been some other measures taken to quiet the noise, but he has not.
Special Magistrate.
All right.
To your left.
I'm sorry?
To your left. Just to answer your question, I don't really see the need for an extension since this case is a year old. We can move forward, and if they comply, they can
right.
do what they need to do.
I just wondered what your thoughts were.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get hung up on the technicality. There was nobody here to represent them. I wanted to know what you thought. So,
Well, and based on my last experience, when I took the reading on January 20th, Mr. Sapato asked me to come back the following morning, as if something else would, make a difference. I mean, the sound levels are still exceeding the applicable levels.
I'm going to find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested. The orders has not been complied with, and I'll certify the fine.
Thank you.
Is there anything else we have?
The city is requesting to enter page 32 into today's hearing as an exhibit. It is the city's list of complied, closed, withdrawn, and rescheduled cases.
So ordered.
And this concludes the special magistrate hearing agenda for Tuesday, March the 10th, 2026.